We're going to play a game to see who they should target. So I'm going to name a player, and then you guys are going to say either, oh, heck yeah, maybe, maybe not, or get out of here. So we'll start with you, and then you guys will alternate. So Will, Jazz Chisholm.
So we go from Glizzy to Jazz Chisholm. I mean, that's just not really that fair there. No, I'm going. Heck no. I don't. Is that one of the choices?
No, that's okay.
That?
Your point
I knew I was going to mess that up completely for Michelle, and I'm sorry there. So get out of here. That's what I was looking for, right? So get out of here. No, absolutely not. No Jazz Chisholm for me. One, he's going to cost way too much, and secondly, I don't really love the fit here. I think like in the long term, the Mets are probably going to need a center fielder unless Drew Gilbert is that guy, or maybe somebody else like Acuna, Luis Angel Acuna, or maybe Jet Williams. They have some options. They're going to need to figure out which one of those is going to be the guy. But I don't really love it. I just don't think he's the best fit, and I think that he's going to cost a lot. And I think that there are other teams that have that need that are going to pay for it.
Awesome. Okay, Dani, Jesse Winker.
Oh, Jesse Winker. Was it maybe not? I'm not opposed to that. I do think that, as we talked about, right, the offense for me has been really, really good for the New York Mets. And so I'm not sure. I would really like to be adding on the pitching side of things. I'm not sure that I would want to go offensively for the New York Mets. So Jesse Winker, listen, I'm not opposed to it. Again, I think when you look at what they're doing, I really want to see someone back in the bullpen helping this team out. Maybe they're able to add a starting pitcher that's on the more affordable side of things. I'm not sure, though, that the bat is where I would go first. And again, I don't know where the market is going to be depending on what this team does in the next 10, 11 days. So I'm a maybe, maybe not there.
I cannot imagine what Mets fans would think if they got Jesse Winker. I don't know if they would embrace him or they would reject him, but I am curious to see what would happen. Will, what about Garrett Crochet?
Get out of here. How's that, Michelle? Is that better than the heck no? I'm going get out of here for Garrett Crochet. It's just it's going to be, again, I'm way too stingy when it comes to trade. And Garrett's going to cost you a bunch as far as capital, as far as prospect capital goes. And if I'm the Mets, I'm just not going that route for him. I think he's going to command a lot on that market. And to Dani's point, there's a lot of teams out there willing to buy and not a whole lot of selling going on. So I'll leave it to some other team to go after this guy. He's great at what he does. He's going to pile up the strikeouts for you. And the Mets need that, quite frankly, from their pitching staff. They need more swing and miss. They need that for the playoffs if they're going to get there. But he's not going to be the guy for me here. I'm going way more affordable. I'm looking at a much more affordable aisle than Garrett Crochet.
Okay. Dani, what about Mason Miller?
Are you talking like buy one, get one, Will? Is that much more affordable? We're talking BOGO here? Is that what we're doing?
I'd rather go with that than yes, absolutely. Because this is going to be like a 6-for-1 deal or something like that for guys who are just, you don't know what you're getting from relievers. I mean, they're so volatile. No, thank you.
Yeah. And, I don't know how many more innings he's going to be able to pitch. Mason Miller, what a gem. This guy is going to cost you so much. He's not a free agent until 2030. Get out of here with Mason Miller. I just can't imagine that the Mets would give up the prospect capital for what the Oakland Athletics would want back for the fireballer, right? The dude throws 100. He is so impressive what he's done this season, navigating or figuring out, going from a starter to a reliever, being in the bullpen and truly just blowing guys away. He's going to be so coveted, but the Oakland Athletics will ask for an arm and a leg and your liver and your heart and your left eye to get this guy on your team right now. And there might be a team that's willing to do it, but I would be disappointed if the New York Mets gave up everything that they've been building right now to get Mason.
Okay, Will, what about Tanner Scott?
Tanner Scott, I'd go maybe, maybe not, because that's one player that I don't think he's going to cost you a whole lot because he's a rental here in this case. He's going to be a free agent pitcher, and he's a guy also who has not always had the most even seasons in his career. He's kind of had some walk issues in the past. This year, he's been a lot more consistent. And the why I say maybe not here is because sometimes with relievers, I'll go back to the trade for Phil Maton, where he came in with that high ERA. And I like Phil Maton a lot. And so my thinking goes, how my brain works is that's probably going to come down. So, why wouldn't you want that to come down in the Mets uniform, right? So you buy on that guy Whereas Tanner Scott's a little bit of the opposite deal for me, where his numbers are so great. I don't know if they're for real. I don't know if that's sustainable. And so you just know that the team that trades for him, they're going to get the flip side of that performance, and it's going to come at the wrong time. And that will probably be like the Mets. That's the way they roll sometimes with this, is that tends to happen for them. But I wouldn't want to see it for them. So I'm going to go maybe not, because it's kind of the profile that I look for. But he's been so good that, the wheels are probably going to fall off eventually.
Yeah, regression to the mean. Okay, Dani, what about Tommy Pham?
Tommy Pham, a guy obviously the New York Mets are very familiar with. He was here last season in New York, and he's polarizing. But I like Tommy Pham, so I'm going to go, oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah, go get Tommy Pham. I know what I said about Jesse Winker, but I think the difference between him and Tommy Pham is that I like the fact that Tommy is going to say something when things aren't working the way that they should. I think that Jazz Chisholm is vocal and polarizing, but Tommy Pham has that postseason experience. He knows how to get the job done. I think he's a little misunderstood at times, and that I do think that he's a good fit. And I think because he knows this team and they know him, that it also would be very helpful and very comfortable for him. And listen, this is a guy who's worked his butt off, and I think he deserves a chance to be on a contending team. And any team that has Tommy Pham, like he was with the Diamondbacks for that postseason run, like I think he's a heck of a guy. So, oh, heck yeah, Michelle.